All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continually teach us this truth. And peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect, that's laboring in his word and truth sincerity. Lord willing, this could be an edifying lesson. And, the title is going to be True Peace will be when our laws, statutes, and commandments are required in the earth. Okay? Because these other nations, they're going to be required to keep our laws by force. And if they don't, we're going to judge them. But they're going to love keeping our laws, statutes, and commandments, because when you go to Deuteronomy chapter, I believe it's the 4th chapter, or is it the 7th chapter? Let me see. I think it's the 7th chapter. Or it might be the 4th chapter. Salakia. Chapter 4, verse 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who have the Most High so nigh to them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day?" So this proves that the other nations are going to say that our laws, statutes, and commandments are righteous, and that we are a wise and understanding people. So once we get into power, like the scriptures say, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, but when the righteous beareth rule, the people rejoice. Because these other nations, they're going to see that our laws, statutes, and commandments are righteous. Okay? Because we're not going to be like Esau. All right, in their land, bombing them, destroying them for no reason, forcing them to keep wicked ways of living. Like, I believe it was Uganda, it's somewhere in Africa, where they wasn't with the whole alphabet shit. And what did the U.S. do? The U.S. started, taking away money that they was giving them, which, they need that money. But they start penalizing them, and they'll even throw sanctions on you if you don't keep the wicked ways of living in your land. They'll penalize you for that shit, man. You see? But see, when we rule, the other nations gonna love it, because, we're all about order. Okay, the man is the head. So, we're gonna have that set up, man. The women, they're gonna stay home. It ain't gonna really be adultery like that, because that's gonna be a penalty unto death. And these heathens, they're gonna fear getting on our bad side. So they're gonna love it, man. Okay? And then there will be true peace, because everybody's mourning under the rule of Esau. Even the heathens, man. Like, you got the guys Fresh and Fit, Myron, he's a heathen. But, he be complaining about how these women are. And, just using him as an example, you got a lot of heathens that can see, like, damn, they may come over here and visit, but they don't want to stay here long, or, bring their, like they say for passport bros, if you do go and get you a woman overseas, don't bring her back to America. Why? Because she gonna be polluted. Okay? So our laws will be enforced in the earth. Let me go back to that. And then there will be peace. Okay? And I thought of this because I was watching this video last night. I be checking this guy page, Darius. He be going in on these women, man. And, it's all because the wicked is in power. And there's wicked laws to protect these wicked women, man. If you catch a woman committing adultery on you, you know the natural instinct of a man is to get vengeance. The scriptures say jealousy is the rage of a man, and he will not spare in the day of vengeance. But if you do that, they'll throw your ass under the prison. If you catch your wife committing adultery and you put her and the man to death, you'll go to prison. Okay, and then they'll twist up the story. Angry man kills his wife, and then they're gonna show pictures of her smiling. She was a good woman. Make it seem like she was completely innocent. Whole time she was committing adultery, man. Like, it was a video. This guy, he woke up early in the morning and his wife was in the front of his house in his truck with another guy committing adultery in his truck. So she was getting up early in the morning to commit adultery, man. And, you know, he had it all on camera. And she, you know, these women, they don't take accountability. You know, get the camera on my face, stop recording me. Okay, bye, okay. Like, they'll get caught doing wickedness and they'll somehow try to flip it on you. Like the scriptures say, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Because Esau allows these women to get away with all their wickedness, man. That's why you fucking devils gonna get put down, man. And you gonna catch it the worst. And after that 1,000 years, we're gonna get rid of you fucking devils, man. But this is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days, which were in the last days, that the mountain of the Lord's house, which is Israel, beginning with the elect though, shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So the Lord is going to put us back above all nations. When you read the blessings, it says, thou shalt be above only and not beneath. Okay, thou shalt lend to many nations and not borrow. So we're going to be on the top. The Lord is going to put us back on the top, beginning with Yahushua and King David on down. And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. So these other nations, they're going to keep our laws, statutes, and commandments. And once again, they're going to say, this is a wise and understanding people. So once they learn our law, statutes, and commandments, because we're going to teach them, the Lord getting rid of these degenerate rappers. Beautiful. But what was I saying? Damn, I lost my train of thought. Pretty much, oh yeah, so, you know, we're going to teach these other nations our laws. Throughout their captivity, we're going to teach them. And, you know, we're going to bless them once they get in their own land and they're keeping our law, statutes, and commandments. We're going to, you know, put them, you know, have certain of them in high positions. And we're going to bless them. You know, we'll be cool with them long as they keep our law, statutes, and commandments. And they will, because we're going to bless them. That's what it means when it says, through Abraham's seed shall all kindreds of the earth be blessed. It doesn't mean all nations gonna be blessed, because when you look up that word blessed, it means to kneel, because we're gonna have nations bow down to us. But, you know, after that 1,000 years, you know, the heathens keeping our law, statutes, and commandments, you know, we gonna bless them. All right, we gonna bless them. And if they're not, then we gonna judge them. Okay, we're going to be, you know, a nation of kings and priests and judges. We're going to judge the heathen. But we're going to judge them righteously. We ain't going to be in their land bombing them for no reason, you know, like Esau be doing. All right, we're gonna be fair to them. Okay, but of course, that first 1,000 years, man, we got to get our respect back. All right, we got to... You know, we got to get our fear back. So it's going to be a lot of bloodshed, that rod of iron. But verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations, you see, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation, so they're gonna, these military weapons, they're not gonna have that anymore. They're gonna use farming tools. It says, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So it's not gonna be any more war in the earth. Okay? It won't be any more war. There will be peace for eternity. Okay? But Esau got to be put down first for this to happen. Okay? They got to be taken out of power. And then a man can be, have peace, man. Because even amongst the heathen, they're going to be cool. They ain't going to have to worry about their women committing adultery, their women disrespect. I mean, of course, the curse is going to hit them, so they going to have to deal with it. Their women is going to want us. But, if the women that they are married to, okay, they women ain't going to be allowed to just be out, which we ain't going to have no social media. That's one of the biggest reasons why there's adultery, is because social media, it's so easy to commit adultery. You ain't going to have, women working with men. That's how adultery happens too. Women supervisors and shit. You ain't gonna have none of that shit in Yahweh Shai's kingdom. Okay? So it's gonna be order, man. We're gonna set order on the earth. Alright? But just a quick, video I wanted to do, because you can see, like, the typical guy, even, Jake, these Jake guys in the world, when you see these videos, like, even guys in the world is getting tired of this shit. The way society is, the way men are treated and looked down upon and hated, and you got women talking about we don't need men and all that nonsense. It's all because of fucking Esau, man. But Lord, then this was an edifying lesson. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.